Out of every car brand on Earth, only 5 will actually last you a lifetime, and the data proves the rest are quietly designed to die. Here's the number nobody at the dealership will say out loud. Across 174 million vehicles, just 4.8% make it to 250,000 miles, under 5 in 100. But a tiny handful of brands blow past that by 3, 4, even 8 times. And if you buy the right one used, you may never make a car payment again. This is the Buy It for Life list. 5 brands, ranked 5 to 1, with the exact engines and model years to hunt, and where to find one before everybody else catches on. And I'll give you real value, not vague opinions. The specific engine, the years to buy, the weak spot to check before you hand over $1, and what it costs. Stick with me to number 1, because the data says the top brand outlasts everything else on the road by a margin that almost looks like a typo. Let's count it down. Number 5, Ford. And I'll be straight right away because that's how this channel works. As a whole brand, Ford is only average, but it earns its spot because it built a few engines that flat out refuse to die. The crown jewel is the 7.3-liter Power-Stroke diesel from 1994 and a half through 2003. Simple, mechanical, and with barely any electronics. 300,000 miles is normal, and 400,000 miles has been documented. The other secret is the Panther platform, the Crown Victoria, Grand Marquis, and Town Car, America's police cars and taxis, running past 300,000 miles in brutal fleet service. Before you buy, on the 7.3, check the cheap camshaft position sensor that'll still strand you. And on the Crown Vic, check ex-cop cars for rust and worn front ends. The value. A usable Panther car starts around $3,000 to $5,000, and the best ones live at government fleet auctions, not dealerships. But durable as that old Ford is, it's not in the same league as number 4. Number 4, General Motors, Detroit's real survivor, home to 2 engines that belong in a museum of things that won't quit. First, the 3.8 V6, the 3800, and over 25 million Buicks and Pontiacs. Mechanics have a saying, the 3800 outlasts the car wrapped around it. 200,000 miles on basic oil changes, 300,000 and climbing with care. Then the LSV8 and the GMT 800 trucks, the 1999 to 2006 Silverados, Tahoes, and Suburbans, with the Iron Block 5.3 Vortec, over 5 million built, 300,000 mile examples everywhere. The weak spot. On the 3800, the plastic intake gaskets can leak coolant, a known cheap fix, and once it's done, the engine runs nearly forever. The value is almost unfair. A clean 3800 Buick runs $2,000 to $6,000, maybe the cheapest way in America to buy a car that won't die. But GM's durability lives in a few engines. The next brand builds it into almost everything it makes. Quick pause, because I want your honest verdict on something. Here's the real either-or at the heart of this whole list. Would you rather drive a 20-year-old car that runs forever and owes you nothing, or a brand new one that's smoother, safer, and quietly built to be replaced in a decade? There's a genuine case on both sides, so tell me which camp you're in, and drop the make and mileage of your current car when you do, so other people can see what's actually surviving out there. And if this list just saved you from sinking thousands into the wrong reliable car, that's the entire reason this channel exists. Subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll keep doing the digging so you don't have to. Because the flip side of this list is coming next, and you need it just as badly. The Mechanic's Blacklist. 7 modern cars, the people who repair them for a living refuse to own themselves. If any of those 7 are on your shortlist, you'll want to hear it before you sign anything. Number 3. Honda. Now we're into the Japanese brands the data actually crowns, with more than double the average shot at 250,000 miles. The engine you want is the K24, and here's why it matters. It uses a timing chain, not a belt, so there's no expensive scheduled replacement waiting to ambush you. Find it in the 2003 to 2017 Accord and CR-V. A man in Maine drove his Accord to 1 million miles on the original engine. Honda threw him a parade. But here's the trap most people walk into, and the exact value this channel exists to give you. Avoid the V6 with VCM, the cylinder shutoff system. In the 2008 to 2013 Odyssey and Pilot, it burns oil badly with no real fix. Buy the 4-cylinder K24 instead, and you've got a car that laughs at high mileage. And a solid older Accord or CR-V runs $3,000 to $8,000. But as tough as Honda is, it finishes behind its own luxury cousin. Number 2, Lexus, the one that wins on both scorecards at once. It tops the lifetime mileage data and has been ranked the single most dependable brand in America 3 years running. Why? Lexus is just Toyota, overbuilt to an obsessive degree and usually babied by its first owner. The legend is the LS400 and its one UZ-8, so over-engineered a journalist drove one past 1 million miles on the original internals. The smart buy today is the GX4 70, 2003 to 2009, a Land Cruiser underneath with the cast iron 4.7 V8. The check? Those exhaust manifolds rust and are a pain to reach, so inspect them first. They hold value hard, so expect $12,000 to $20,000 for a good GX and an old LS400 around $5,000. The most dependable badge you can buy, but not number 1, because one brand beats even Lexus, and it isn't close. Number 1, Toyota. The data doesn't just favor Toyota, it embarrasses everything else. Nearly 18%, almost 4 times the average, and 10 of the top 25 longest-lasting models in America. One man drove a Tundra past 1 million miles on the original engine, then did it again with a second Tundra. The engines you hunt, the old 22 R4-cylinder, routinely 400,000 miles, the 3.4 and 4.0 V6 engines in the 4Runner and Tacoma, the 4.7 V8 in the Tundra and Land Cruiser, the sweet spots, the 96 to 2002 4Runner or the V8 4Runner from 2007 to 2009, but avoid the 2003 to 2005 4Runner with its head gasket and frame rust trouble. The one honest catch even for the King. This legend is built on the older, naturally aspirated engines. Toyota's newest twin, Turbo V6, has already had serious problems, so for Buy It for Life, you want the simple, pre-turbo Toyotas. Find them from original owners with records, or on Land Cruiser and Toyota forums where the good ones quietly change hands. So there's your list, 5 to 1. Ford, GM, Honda, Lexus, and Toyota at the top. And if you caught the pattern, everyone is an older, simpler, naturally aspirated design. That's not an accident. That's the whole secret. The engineers didn't forget how to build cars that last. They were told to stop. The turbocharged, direct-injected CVT car in the showroom isn't more advanced at lasting. It's more disposable, on purpose. These 5 are the last honest machines, and the window to buy a clean one closes a little more every year. The people who get that are quietly grabbing them right now. The question is whether you'll be one of them, or keep making a car payment for the rest of your life. One last thing before you go. Say you do buy one of these. There's a trap waiting even for the durable ones, and it's on your screen right now. Newer cars hide a second computer whose only job is to lock you out of fixing your own vehicle unless you pay the dealer for permission. I pulled the whole thing apart in that video. Watch it next, because owning a car that lasts means nothing if they won't let you touch it. Subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.